and welcome to A Book in 5 Minutes. My name is Lindsay Milner and I'm a training and development consultant, and I work mainly with non-profit organisations to help them create awesome workplaces. And while I've been engaged in that line of work, I have read a great deal of books, many books. Books about business development, personal development, effective management, and books on thinking. And I thought it might be useful to share some of the insights that I've gained from those books with you. This week's book is, well, it's not quite a classic, but it's from the father of modern management, Peter Drucker. And the book is called Managing Oneself. It's actually, it wasn't originally written as a book, it was written as 2 articles, and it's been put together in a book by the Harvard Business Review. It's quite a quick read, obviously, it's only a teachy little book, and as I say, it is 2 articles. It's very easy to sort of flick through and read. There's not a lot of writing on the page. It's really quite entertaining to read it because although they weren't actually written that long ago, I think they were published in 1999 and 2004, the writing style is actually quite sort of, I don't know, dated, old-fashioned, but that makes it quite interesting to read for me. He doesn't, again, because it's an article, it's not sort of broken, or 2 articles, it's not really broken down into chapters in the same way that a book using the same kind of content would be. But there are some things in here that possibly would have lent themselves to a book. And obviously Peter Drucker was a prolific author, so there may well have been books padding this out, you know, giving more information, more detail around these things. But let's start with the first article. The first article is called Managing Oneself, and it is talking about how to manage yourself, your emotions, how to communicate with people, how to be effective in your communication at work. And one of the things that really stands out for me in this is he says that people are either readers or listeners, and it's very rare that people are both. And I have to admit that while I was reading this, I was kind of thinking, well, I'm pretty sure that I'm both. I don't know if you remember the Krypton Factor that used to be a quiz program, well, not a quiz program, like a challenge program that used to be on in the UK, where one of the rounds was the observation round. And I have to confess that when they said what was on the picture behind somebody's head or how many lights were on, I never knew. I had never observed the visual things. But if you asked me what did he say or how many did he say, that I had quite a good recall on those, and I always did quite well. So I thought of myself as a listener, as somebody who was very focused on audio clues rather than visual clues. But actually, when I thought about it a bit more, I realised I am actually a reader. As I've said, I have read so many books, and I love to sit and gain information from books. If somebody tries to tell me, or if somebody is trying to say, oh, I've written this email, I wonder if you could just review it for me and tell me if you think it's okay, and they try to read it out, I always have to say, oh, give it to me, let me read it, let me look at it. So I thought that was quite a good insight that I've not come across anywhere else. The other article in here is how to be an effective executive. And there are 8 things that Drucker says that we need to focus on. I'm not going to remember all of these, so I'll just quickly read them through. First of all, make sure you're doing the right things. They get the right things done. So ask what needs to be done. What's right for the organisation? Develop action plans. Yep, we've heard that one before. Take responsibility for decisions. Take responsibility for communicating. So again, to come back to that reader and listener, if you know that the person that you're giving information to is a reader, don't try and tell them, give them a written report. If they're a listener, don't present them with a written report because they won't read it. Focus on opportunities, not problems. I thought that was a really good insight as well, that if you're focusing first on, well, where have I got the opportunity, then you're being very proactive in the work that you're doing. Run productive meetings, and there's some lovely tips in here for how to run a productive meeting. And also, the last one is think and say we, not I. So you're thinking of the organisation and the team as a unit. You're not in it for yourself, which again I thought was a really lovely insight. So I think the book is definitely worth reading. As I say, it's a quick read. It's only a couple of short articles, and it's written by Peter Drucker, the father of modern management. And the style that it's written in is very entertaining. So that's this week's book in 5 minutes, Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. Look forward to seeing you again next time. Let me know what you think. Have you come across Peter Drucker? What do you think of him? What do you think of his ideas of management? Leave me a comment, and I'd love to know what you think. Other than that, see you next time. Bye.